The sower is such a familiar passage, and it's so helpful because Jesus explains it. But lying within it, I believe, is a huge challenge to the church today. We hope, I guess, that we're all good soil, hearts where the message of God's love has been planted deep. But the challenge in this is where and what is that harvest? At a time when the church seems to be in decline, what does this parable say about our soil? Have our hearts grown rigid in our views of what church should be? Or are we finding the anxieties that we currently face are dominating and even isolating us? You see, the harvest that Jesus is talking about isn't about people in church. It's about those outside the church, receiving the goodness of that message themselves, from us, from those whose soil is good. And we can sometimes get so comfortable in our church setting, surrounded by old friends and familiar worship, that we forget that we're here to bear fruit, a harvest which is all about those outside church, and for whom church is both alien and not necessarily attractive. But the fruit of the Spirit is. Here are values and blessings that we all recognise and many long for. And the point that Jesus is making is that we need to be that good soil to the outside world, not to the church. Not only that, but we often forget that goodness is all around us, because God is there at the heart of everything. Maybe God is opening our eyes to a bigger picture where His goodness is, outside our church walls, and discover a new harvest that God is wanting us to be part of. The danger is that if we stay focused in on the church all the time, we become pot-bound, and in the end will wither away. But there is a bigger picture. It's God's kingdom, and He is there in the middle of it, calling us out of the church doors into the wide open, where He is in the middle of everything. Many years ago I used to sing this song at mission events. It seems as relevant today as it was then. It's called Child of Our Time.
Well, I don't know what made us go. They cancelled the rock and roll show, and we had nothing else to do. Well, me mates, they walked out, but it was something you was talking about, and I didn't even see them go. I went home and told me dad. He laughed and said, "That's alright, lad. It's a phase we all go through, you'll see." But I went upstairs and cried, the strangest tears of my life. All my wasted years, I felt so free. Please don't give up on me. I know I've got a long way to climb. Please don't give up on me. I'm only a child of my time. Well, a man says I ought to search for a lively nearby church. There was one he'd always recommend. So the next day I took a ride. I walked around and around outside till I summoned the courage to go in. Well, I couldn't understand their staring, Was it something I was wearing? Sorry, I didn't mean to offend. Either they sidled by or braced themselves and put on a smile, tried too hard to be my friend. And please don't give up on me. I know I've got a long way to climb. Please don't give up on me. I'm only a child of my time. Well, a man with a cast iron face, he asked me if I come to the right place. His voice rose and fell just like the tide, and his brass buttons glowed just like the landing lights at Heathrow, as he talked about his church with burning pride. By the time I got outside, I just wanted to run and hide and join my mates down at the Birds and Bees. Now I'm walking the streets alone, kicking life out of lifeless stones, caught between the devil and the CRV. Please don't give up on me. I know I've got a long way to climb. Please don't give up on me. I'm only a child of my time. And please don't give up on me. I know I've got a